Hello, Sonia Hadad, speaking to us from Tehran. How are you today?
Good, thank you. Awesome.
How are things in Tehran?
Not bad. We are all going through this crazy, weird pandemic situation. So it's not good, but we are all in the same boat. So we have to pass it.
Yes, I hope the boat doesn't sink, though. That would be
I
bad.
hope so.
Sorry, I have to get my notes. Forgot my notes. Anyway, I love your film, Exam.
Thank you.
It is so beautiful, quick, and intense, and you forget that it's only what 15 minutes because so much happens. And Sadaf Asghari, the main actress, is wonderful. I would like you to tell me, or tell us rather, a little bit about the evolution of the film, how you developed it, and whether it was different from other films that you made. You made 2 or 3 more films, right? Talk a little bit of the history of Exam.
Yes, sure. So I can just give you a little summary of the story. So Exam is like truth-based crime drama which talks about familiar pressures which impact the life of an Iranian teenage girl. The story is a mixture of my own or combination of my own personal experiences that I had during the high school and like that atmosphere. And a true story that I had heard from one of my friends. I mixed these two, and the combination of these two things turned to a script. Um, I wrote the plot first, and I worked on the idea. Then I started working with my close friend Farnoosh Samadi. She's also a very famous writer and director. So she was my co-writer. We finished the script like after 2 weeks, and after that, I started working on like other steps of the film, like pre-production and these things. I like Exam more than my other movies because I really loved my cast and crew. I don't know how we gathered, but they were the best production group that I have ever worked with, And my producer, my co-writer, my cast. Actually, I want to also talk about my cast that all the main cast except the leading role, they were all my friends, and they're all famous theater actresses. And they were my close friends from the time that I was working at theater as an actress. So I knew their acting potentials. Yes. And Sadaf, who is the leading role, she was not a professional actor, but I had seen a feature movie from her like a couple of years ago, and she was in my mind. And when we were writing the script, suddenly my co-writer reminded me of her and her acting, and we were like, yeah, she's the case.
So she had been in a professional movie before?
Yes, a feature that the name was Disappearance, and I think the screening of Disappearance, yes, it was in Toronto Film Festival like 3 or 4 years ago, yes. And but the film got banned in Iran because of the content, so they never could screen it like publicly.
Well, I was going to ask you about that. So there's clearly an oppressive atmosphere in Exam, and Sadaf's character, the fear on her face when the modesty police comes in to check the bags. It is amazing. Her eyes just speak volumes. I seldom have seen such expressiveness in just eyes, not just the face, but the eyes, the way she looks up at the woman who's checking her. So what were the conditions of your shooting? I mean, politically speaking, were you having, did you have to do it undercover, as it were, or did you have to keep it secret, or was there some process of approval of your script?
So let me tell you something. As far as your movie is not, your movie subject is not like political, so you're okay. I was talking about a very I don't know, obvious thing that is happening even these days at schools. So it was my own pure experiences, and I was just illustrating a principle that I had problem with her for like 4 years at high school. And the every act that you see in that like sequence is it comes from my own experience. It had happened to me and my friends. And if I wanted to show the exact principle with like her actual behaviors, everyone could say it's not possible, come on. But I really decreased the like even those like, I don't know, harsh and rough behaviors against students at a school, and this was the picture. But it was okay. I got the permission right away. Because my focus in my movie mostly was on the condition that this teenage girl is living in, you know, the situation. And I'm mostly talking about the like financial crisis, drug dealing, and a human who like faces like these like issues and problems in her life, like that sequence of the class, I know it was like I don't know, maybe critical or something, but it wasn't so important because they already know that like how school works, you know. It's something normal somehow at schools.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of propaganda in the United States that an absolute oppressiveness of Iranian life, that no one can lift their head. And anyone who has lived in a place where there was some government control. I grew up in socialist Yugoslavia, and so people thought we were just afraid for our lives, where there was always space to create and think and discuss, and people pushed it to the limit, and some went over the limit. But there's always space for human creativity. And so I love that about the film. Both its courage, but also it's being located in a very concrete society. I also wanted to ask you about, I mean, Iranian cinema has glorious history. They're famous, they're beautiful, excellent directors, Kiarostami, Makhmalbaf, Panahi, and so on. But there are fewer women, obviously, as there's a case in just about any cinema, sadly. Can you talk about the position and practices of women directors in Iran and what you think about it all?
Fortunately, like we have really good women directors, and the position of women filmmakers in our industry is like clear, and people believe them as filmmakers and as directors in the industry. So it's not really hard to work as female directors and filmmakers. And I personally think that they don't distinguish. It depends on your work and the quality of your work, you know, unfortunately. So, yes.
Speaking of which then, what is your next project? Are you developing a feature film, a longer film?
My next project is a short, which I'm going to shoot it in a month. but like people are telling me that, Sonia, don't do that. It's really like dangerous these days because of the virus. But like, I don't know, like I'm thinking to either shoot it in a month or just postpone it for like 2, 3 months later. But we don't know what will happen in the future, you know. And I'm working on a feature plot, and I'm planning to make it next year. And if I like find and gather the budget I want. Yes. Also, I'm working on a plot of mini TV series. So these are
Good
the
luck.
three things. Yes.
You're a very busy woman. That's very good. I do want to ask you in relation to all that, and because I will be using your film and script in my class, if you can talk a little bit about the importance to you of the script and how you say you working on a plot, developing a plot. Can you talk about your screenwriting process and how much of the film is done once you write a script? How much of it you have in your head?
Yes. For me, everything comes from a picture. For all of my ideas, at first I have a picture in my mind, which is so like attractive and like beautiful to me. And then after that, I start to develop the story out of this like image and picture that I have in my mind. And first, this is my way. It's not a standard thing, you know. I always should think about my story, about its beginning, the climax, and ending. If I have these 3 points, then I can start writing it. And I start writing the plot with these 3 points. And when I start writing my script, I write everything that it comes to my mind, you know, everything, all the details, like different kinds of scenes, whatever comes to my mind. And after finishing it, I put the sequences on the index cards, and then I decide that which one works and which one doesn't. For example, if I like remove this sequence, what happens to the story? Or it should be there, or I should change the like you know, the order of like some sequences and shots. And again, after working on the index cards, I rewrite the script, and this is going to be the last version of my script. And yes, this is the way.
I think it's a good way. I write scripts too. It's not my main writing thing. I write fiction mainly. But what I've learned from my writing scripts is the script is predominantly a structure, right? You have to know what things are in balance and what out of balance, where just one line changes the whole thing much later, and so on. And so figuring out the structure is the most difficult and most exciting thing. It's not the same thing as, you know, writing poetry or fiction. At what point do you have actors or other members of production involved?
In what? Sorry, I didn't get that.
At what point of your process, right? Are you done with the script and then you show it with everyone? Or you have a version that you then share with actors and then they give you feedback, and then other members of the crew, and then they give you feedback and then you change things?
It really depends on the project. Like in every project, for me, is different. For example, in exam, when I was writing the characters, I already knew which role goes to who. I'm writing this role for example, Mariam, one of my friends, and I know like she's the one who is going to play this. But like for the leading role, after finishing the script, I was still looking for like different actors and choices, and it was really hard to stop with the last choice, you know. but like for my previous movie before exam, it took a long time to find my leading role. I don't know why. I was seeing like I think I saw more than like 10 people, and after that I decided who is the best for the character. It really depends. Sometimes you have some people in your mind, and sometimes you have work with some people, and sometimes you need to decide, think, and observe, and sometimes you have to have rehearsals, and after that you can decide that if this like actors can do this, like, you know, can work with you, or, you know, all these points are
You,
mattering.
you, you said you were an actress yourself. So,
Yes.
so you would have an idea how to act certain roles, right? You already have certain set of anticipations and expectations, rather, how
Yeah.
it should be played. Is it a problem, or is it that an asset to you, that you are an actress too?
I think it's a positive thing. It's a positive point. Yes, I did my bachelor in theater and playwriting, and I was a member of a theater group, and we were working together, and I have been in this group as an actress for, I think, 6 or 7 years, and in like more than 7, 8 public performances. And I have worked with like different 4 or 5 like different famous theater directors, and the way that they were choosing actor and actresses, and the way that they were like doing rehearsals with the actors helped me a lot, and it's still helping me when I'm working with my actors. The best way to work with them is the way that we were like working in theater, and those kind of rehearsals and exercises, you know. So I think it's a good point.
Um, Given that you have such an extensive theater experience, at what point did you decide you wanted to make films?
um, I consider myself a writer, because I started writing stories and short stories from when I was 8 or 9 years old, and because we didn't have creative writing major at university, I chose to study theater because of playwriting minor that they had in that major. So then after that, like when I was working as a playwriter, I got into the world of acting, but it wasn't my ultimate choice, you know. And after that, I loved cinema always. So I thought that it's a great path to write and make all my ideas by myself, and I can just, you know, make the structure from the zero, from the beginning and from scratch to the end. That's why I chose cinema, and I started from making video arts and um, some advertisement videos. And after like 2, 3 years, I decided to move to the States after my, I mean, graduation from like bachelor. I decided to go to the States and study media arts and cinema and work on my like technical skills in directing.
So you were at Emerson College, right?
Yes, I studied there. Yes.
What was your experience like at Emerson?
It was great.
Studying film, yeah.
Yes, it was such a great experience for me. I think the good points of studying in the US was like improving my, I just told you, like my technical skills. in different fields of cinema and media. Like I experienced everything. I started from editing films, and I work as like gaffer, and I experienced being a cinematographer, and also like simultaneously I was working on my writing skills and directing, and with the help of like different professors. It was such a great experience, and it somehow like gave me confidence, and enough confidence to make my movies.
Quite a Renaissance woman there. You write music too?
No, no, no.
What has been the response to Exam in Iran and elsewhere? People have seen it. I know, I mean, I've seen it. I loved it instantly. And people here who have seen it, not the whole festival yet, have liked it too. What has been the response?
It was good. So in Iran, we just screened my movie into like major and famous festivals. Tehran International Short Film Festival, which we won the best script award, and we also screened my movie at Fajr Film Festival, and we got nominated for the best short, but we didn't win anything. So I mean, the people's reaction to my movie was good. But to be honest, not man filmmakers. They, I don't know why, like most of them didn't like my movie.
Jealousy.
And yeah, they were saying that it's like, it's, I don't know, like, they were talking about like, it's just sparks of feminism, but like, my film is not a feminist movie. Like it was like,
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
And because the first idea that I had, and I was writing it, the main character was a teenage boy, and everything was happening in boys' school. So and like during the last minutes, we just changed it. So the main subject is something different. The philosophy is different. It's not just about feminism. But unfortunately, in Iran, when a woman filmmaker makes a movie, like not always, but most of the times, there is always something wrong with that film, and like, you know, so.
So it's not as easy as it seems.
Yes.
I think, I mean, it's okay to make a feminist movie. It's more than okay. I think they're necessary in Iran or anywhere else.
I know.
I love it. I think I would like to thank you for this conversation. I know that I enjoyed it. And I wish you best of luck in your future endeavors. I am pretty sure I will be seeing your movies again somewhere. And I look forward to all that. Thank you, Sonia Hadad.
Thank you. And please say hi to your students and everyone who is watching this video.